Question. Did you ever have one of those days, one of those days when they're just not right? You don't feel really ill, but you don't feel really great. Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money, and I truly love helping people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. When is a vulnerable time when we are so tempted to lift up that phone, make that phone call, and get something like in the order of food, like from a restaurant, for example, and get it delivered? Sometimes it's because we're really tired or we're just not feeling so great, might be coming down with the sniffles. You never know what it could be. Or sometimes it's just whatever it is, you're just like off your game. But that doesn't mean that just because we're off our game, that this should cost us extra money that in some cases we don't often have. There are people that can do it. And if you can make that call, it doesn't affect you. All your bills are paid, you got a roof. Hey, be my guest. But if you are in a situation where you have savings goals and you really, really, really want to stick to them, this might be the chance that you get to keep some more of that hard earned money. What am I talking about? This is about getting proactive, about getting meals ready and frozen and available or bought at a good price. You can have convenience foods at home. If you got them at a great price, you can use them, not just for regular times, but you have to be, in my opinion, we have to be mindful of those days when we're just not feeling good. Those are the days that, believe you me, we are so vulnerable to wanting to spend that extra money that, like I said, in some instances, it's really not a great idea to do it. So, what could we do? Here is one go to thing. I don't know about you, but when I don't feel well, the first thing I start craving is something hot, something steamy. And that, of course, would be soup. That is always my go to. So, in my case, I usually make my own homemade soup once a week and put it away. So, for me, it's there. Okay. Now, if you don't like making soup, and there are some people that do not like making soup, this is something to keep in your grocery stockpile. Keep few cans of soup, even for just that purpose. It's not just only for worrying about like other reasons like job loss or whatever bad weather. Some days you just don't feel well. And by the way, I want to give everyone like a mental permission to stock up at times on some convenience foods for that purpose alone. We are human beings. We are not human robots. I've said that a few times because it is true. And there are days, many days, thankfully, people feel great. And there are many days, unfortunately, that people don't feel great. Sometimes you could wake up feeling great. And then you come back from wherever you are, and all of a sudden you start feeling a little achy and sniffly. You just want to take to bed, and just relax and chill out, but you still need your nutrition. Do plan ahead and do think ahead. Now, some people are blessed and they have a family member or two that can help them right away because they are cohabitating with their friend or family member that could help them out. But what about the person that's by themselves? People that live alone, okay, they have a special situation. So, for anybody that lives alone, a family of one, we are the people that have to definitely make provisions for those when you're not feeling so great, like a contingency plan, if you will. Something that you can grab and go, something that will give you comfort. And it is perfectly okay to have in your frozen food stash some convenience foods that are pre made. This is why I like sit down and try to be mindful of some of the stuff that I am placing an order for, or if I literally, physically pick up at the grocery store, for example. Be mindful of those times. Be mindful of the grab and goes. This is just a reminder, especially, with the winter coming up. This is being recorded at the end of October, and it's going to air in the early part of November, but this is the time of the year in my part of the world where people tend to get more colds and more flu. You're just going to have those few days or a week or so where you like off your game. Be prepared for that, not just with the cold medicines and all that stuff in your medicine chest, but they often say that chicken soup just helps you to feel better. I'm just using that as an example, but other foods of comfort. Keep those comfort foods available. Try to get them when you're feeling better at a great price, and you are all set. It is very important to realize things as we do it, case by case, month by month, season by season. Everything changes, everything evolves. But one thing doesn't evolve. If you're not feeling well, there's nobody there to help you make that chicken soup. Isn't it nice to know that you have, for example, homemade chicken soup frozen? Some people keep them in ice cube trays and use them up as they need it as they go along. Or they have that can of soup if they need it. These are just simple reminders. It doesn't cost you an extra dime. It's just doing things with great intent and with great purpose. Great intent that the food is there. And guess what? You just might avoid making that phone call for when you are vulnerable. You just might avoid saving that tip because tips cost money. And I don't know about you, but this year and these days, I need to hang on to every dime as much as possible. Have an amazing day, everybody, and take good care. Bye bye.